Hello, my people, and welcome to Will's Weekly Review. Number one story of the week, we have the Super Metro Sacco suspension. So, the NTSA, National Transport and Safety Authority, suspended the license of Super Metro Sacco. The bus company was suspended by NTSA because of a number of reasons. I think what precipitated this decision or action was the recent incident whereby a passenger was pushed out of a moving vehicle because of a disagreement over 30 shillings. So NTSA has moved and investigations were conducted, and according to NTSA, 15 vehicles are registered under Super Metro were found to be operating without their permits, and an estimated around 300 drivers from this circle were found to be exceeding the recommended speed limits. So in view of this decision to suspend the license of Super Metro, NTSA went ahead and warned passengers to avoid boarding Super Metro. But funny enough, we've seen Super Metro buses flying along the Thika Superhighway, and another one was also seen along the Mombasa Highway. So I think this is a complex case whereby it is proving to be difficult to enforce the law. Here is whereby NTSA is trying to enforce the law, but Super Metro, on the other hand, is claiming foul play. In fact, they are really fighting the suspension. They are claiming that so many jobs are going to be lost. They have over 300 or 600 vehicle owners who are paying loans. So it's a complex balance between safety. On one hand, NTSA is looking at is considering the safety of passengers, but Super Metro, they are thinking about making money. So I don't know what is your take about this issue. Then moving on to the next story, we have a Cabinet Reshuffle, and we have winners and losers. So one of the winners of the Cabinet Reshuffle is Raila Odinga. How is Raila Odinga a winner in this recent Cabinet Reshuffle? So we've seen members of his political party, ODM, they are getting positions in the new broad-based government. So some of the nominees who are to be included in the new cabinet include Dr. Jane Karen Bunya, who is nominated Principal Secretary, State Department of Public Service and Human Capital Development. Ms. Regina Akoth Ombam, nominated as PS, State Department of Trade, Ministry of Investment and Industry. Mrs. Cyril Wanguda Odede, nominated PS, State Department of Public Investment and Asset Management. Dr. Caroline Wanjiru, nominated PS, State Department of East African Community. Dr. Oluga Frederick Ouma, nominated PS, State Department of Medical Services. Mr. Ahmed Abisalan Ibrahim, nominated as PS, State Department of National Government Coordination, Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Mrs. Judith Naisai Pareno, nominated PS, Justice, Human Rights and Constitutional Affairs, Office of the Attorney General and State Department of Justice. Dr. Bonvas Makoha, nominated PS, State Department of Economic Planning, the National Treasury and Economic Planning. So these are among the nominees, and we are seeing some of the allies of Raila Odinga are being incorporated into the new broad-based government. So I think, in my view, Raila is a winner in this cabinet reshuffle. And we have a number of losers. Who is the big loser? Professor Edward Kisiangani is one of the biggest loser in this cabinet reshuffle. Professor Kisiangani has been demoted from the position of PS and is now been reduced to an advisor, an economic advisor to the president or the government. And this came about because of his decision to go for the media. Professor Kisiangani went for the media and tried to go beyond what his mandate is. So another interesting story of the week is the recent is it vetting or accountability? Governor Waiguru has been unapologetic over the 4 million expenditure on breakfast. So I think Governor Anna Waiguru appeared before the Senate committee that is being I saw her being grilled by Senator Kajwang and being asked about spending 4 million on a breakfast. So according to the reports, Anna Waiguru was unapologetic, and she claimed that the 4 million was justified to spend on revenue collectors. So revenue collectors in Kirinyaga County are being paid 15,000 per month, and they have to do a lot of work. They have to wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. to go and collect tax from the lorries. So she thinks that this amount is justified, and in my view, I think it would have been much better for her to break down how was the 4 million spent on the breakfast. What were the ingredients, or what were the items on this breakfast that cost 4 million shillings? And I think the people of Kirinyaga, they deserve Anna Waiguru because they knowingly elected her to become the governor, knowing who she is. Then in the international news, President Trump has signed another executive order that dismantled the Department of Education. So according to AP News, Trump signed the executive order citing that the Education Department is wasteful and is polluted by liberal ideologies. In my view, I would say that most politicians go on the campaign, and during the campaigns, they make promises, but most of them do not have plans to keep those promises. But Trump is proving to be different, and that's why so many people who believe in Trump see him as the best president ever. And this, I think, is going to bring down the cost of education in the United States. Although some people may not agree with this decision, and it is also good for people who are working in school. There is no more intentional dumping down and constant testing, which can be so overwhelming to people who work in schools. What do you think about this decision by Trump to dismantle the Department of Education?